Yuffie lifts a finger, and a mouse is there. Puts his hands together, and a seagull takes the air. Yuffie lifts a finger, and a scampi darts about. Yuffie bends another, and a tortoise head peeps out. These hands were made for making, and making they must do.
Well, that told us. Hello there, boys and girls. Hello. Shut up! Shut up! It's doing something ridiculous now. Anyway, hello, that went wrong. So's that. Why's that gone wrong?
You need to make it full screen.
I didn't make it full screen. It is full screen, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't matter. There we go.
And also, you had to resize your Streamlabs.
Ah, that's probably what that was.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Now, you see, these are the sorts of standards you could... No. Oh, fuck it. Let's just leave it like that. These are the sort of standards you can expect. Hello there. Welcome to the Flash and Play podcast. It is a sad time at this podcast. Because, as you heard from the opening, we're all a little bit squashed, aren't we? Hang on. All right, hang on. Let's see if we can do this. Not quite. We need to... Oh, what about that? No.
Just remember to change it back when you're doing D2.
No, it shouldn't. I think I've accidentally clicked on it and accidentally moved it. I wonder. Yes, there we go. That's better. Right. Sad time here at the Flashing Blade, she said for the third time. Yuffie has died. One of the great and holy trinity of 1970s children TV. He's gone to sit on Bod's right hand. We're just left with Mr. Claypole, who's wholly a ghost. Rick Jones died a week or so back, and I'm rather sad about that. Quite frankly, I love finger bobs. You're too young. Anyway, let's meet tonight's plucky girl assistants. Dr. Sinister.
Hello.
And the Brian.
Hi.
And we have a guest with too many dialects. We have young Thomas Banks.
Hello.
Who will no doubt... Now, Brian, you're playing a drinking game this evening, aren't you?
Maybe.
Iced tea?
As far as you know.
Righty-ho. Okay, this is good. Yes. Now, I employed Thomas on the way up to Derby to keep Dr. Sinister awake. Failed, because he did doze slightly. But on the way back, I came up with the really good one is, you need to keep me awake. That stopped him falling asleep. Which, it's fair enough.
It's fine, though, because what happened was I managed to program one of the clones at this end to do the sleeping for me.
That's damn useful.
Isn't it?
It is. Hello, Retta. Ah, dear. We have our viewer.
Yay!
Who will bugger off at some stage.
We're going to have to get her on the show sometime. At least just to watch Airplane.
That's what I'm thinking. We'll do a special where we ask Retta to watch Airplane, because Retta has never seen Airplane. And
surely you can't be serious.
I am, and don't call me Shirley. That's my trouble with doing a reaction to Airplane. The problem I would have would be... That's the wrong one. The problem I would have is that... I'm going to fix this thing if it fucking kills
She's
me.
protesting. She's trying to protest. It's not going to work, but she's trying.
But the problem I've got with it is the fact is we're going to ruin all the gags for her. Oh, fuck. I will get this fucking picture sorted if it kills
You're assuming
me.
that myself and her husband haven't already run through the entire script multiple times within her presence.
Yes, but she's not seen it in context.
We did the script beginning to end.
Now, there's a challenge, Brian. Oh, I just realised I haven't brought my microphone to me. Can you, and we'll get a transcript of the script, can you do the whole of Airplane from memory?
It's been a while.
Ah.
It's been a while.
So I can do
I used to be able to do Ghostbusters beginning to end.
I used to be able to do the last episode of The Young Ones, and also a lot of Bambi as well. Not the Disney Bambi, the sequel. Bambi goes crazy.
We don't need to know about your
sex.
Bambi collection. I mean, that's okay. That's
no, Retta, you're forgetting. We want you on as a guest. Don't worry,
yes,
nothing
you're
terrible
a guest.
will happen.
Please join us. Come.
Join us.
Be one of us.
You ran out of words just then. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sinister, what's your week been like?
It's starting early.
What's my week been like? Busy. The head's come off of my newest Hartnell.
I wasn't expecting
not the
you
head
to
of Hartnell.
I wasn't expecting you to say that. When you say newest Hartnell, which Hartnell is this? It doesn't have the scarf, therefore it is not from the police box.
Nope. Nope. Keep going.
Trousers. Trousers auntie.
Yeah, Sensorites.
Yes. And when I opened the packet, his head came straight off.
Well, you can interchange and put Troughton in there.
That never happened. His clothes regenerated with him.
Remember, they did the Tom Baker one where you could swap heads from Sirius to Grinny.
Well, that's true. The good thing about that, though, is if you have the original Hartnell and Police box set, you can put him with the hat on that body, which is a cool variant.
I do have the original Hartnell box. Hang on, I've got to work out which way to move. There it is. You can see it behind me.
Yeah, they're quite valuable.
Yes. It's just the Yardley Jones box with a repaint. But the darkness of it really works.
Funnily enough, looks a lot like the model they used in some of the model shots in the like the one in the not obviously very different dimensions, but the basic outline. It doesn't because the model in stories like the Web Planet doesn't have the same style of roof that the
it doesn't.
the actual full size prop had.
No, but the full size prop was still wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Anyway, I am getting myself a 3D printed police box.
Oh yes.
Beautiful.
From the same gentleman who sorted me out the Troughton Pertwee box, and I'm going to see if I can get him to paint it the same colour as that, because that dark blue really works. I'm not sure if there was a standard colour shade for police boxes. I expect there must have been, but different boroughs using different things. So that's the summation of your week, is it? Hartnell's head fell off. Mm-hmm. Righty-ho. Brian, how's your week?
I've been looking for new Halloween costume parts.
Right.
Thanks to 2020, I also put on the COVID-20. So I'm looking for a new vest with which to wear.
By vest, you mean waistcoat?
Yes.
So I'm still playing with this. It's really starting to annoy me. Yes, if I go straight up, it does that, you see. I've done a fiddling thing, and I fiddled it. So we're a bit squished, basically. I mean, I can possibly take us to the top again, but we're missing out on the sides, and we still look a bit squished. Bit odd. So, Brian, your week.
Yeah, I've been trying to find new stuff to go with my Halloween costume.
Yes.
Which I fully intend to wear.
Now, is this the Plague Doctor one?
Yes. Because that mask cost me entirely too freaking much, and I'm never not going to use it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I do sort of know that feeling about some things.
Yeah,
the cosplays I've got in my
I
cupboard.
paid a lot for this mask. I'm gonna fucking wear it.
Trouble is, the cosplays I've got for my cupboard. I mean, all right, you get it once a year. You can wear it, or as you were doing during the pandemic.
They didn't appreciate that at the hospitals too much.
No.
No.
Plague doctor mask.
I don't see why. I mean, you have to have a sense of humor when you're walking around in a plague doctor outfit in the COVID ward, but they didn't appreciate it.
That's strange, that.
Some people.
I know. You just can't tell them a thing. And anyway, Thomas, as you're here, flaunting your tiny little character options, Death of the Dalek there in front of you, how was your week? Don't, you're ruining the effect. Put the arm down. We don't want them to know it's a real life-size Dalek. Both of them are real life-size Dalek.
Myself and the little toy Dalek behind me, we've had a good week. I've been working away, writing. I'm sorry you guys are going to have to take a shot because I'm currently working on the sequel to Lungbarrow, as being published by Architectural Press. It's going to come out in the second Chris Quedge anthology, Chris Quedge Hidden Truths.
Sorry, guys. Another one.
Sorry, y'all.
That was for Quedge.
This is nothing.
No.
When we did the live reaction to The Prisoner,
the last episode, I was a bitch.
I had to refill this damn thing.
I basically said every time somebody says you've got to have a drink.
I came this close to getting alcohol poisoning.
I.
Yeah.
Those were good times. Yeah, so anyway, we'd better introduce Thomas. Thomas, what are you?
What am I?
Yeah.
Many things.
Right, good. Do you want to specify at all? This is your chance to plug your stuff.
Yes, no, of course. I was getting into that. I'm Thomas. I'm a freelance writer. I have currently been working on the series of books relating to Chris Quedge. So it's called Quedge the Series. If you don't know who Chris Quedge is, sorry.
3. I'm keeping count of them. 3 drinks.
If you don't know who the eponymous time-traveling companion of the Seventh Doctor from the New Adventures as introduced in Original Sin was, portrayed by Travis Oliver in Big Finish, then he's a companion of the Seventh Doctor, as mentioned, who was introduced in Original Sin, which was a new adventure, and he's a policeman from the future who sort of breaks away from his society on future Earth, travels with the Doctor and his superior officer, Roz, and gets into all sorts of hijinks until Roz unfortunately dies, and the Doctor and Chris are separated on Gallifrey in the events of Lungbarrow, the 60th
Drake.
new adventure.
I did, just listening to that, I did leave out quite a few words, but yes.
Either way, Quedge of the Series sort of picks up many years afterwards. It's sort of a tie-in to the Eighth Doctor adventure novels with the War in Heaven, and it takes place after that and sort of explains some of the elements from that. It ties in with some faction paradox elements, some BBB, such as Cyberon.
Oh yes. Now, hang on. This is important. I'm going to interrupt you here. Please, may we see your Cyberon head?
The infamous Cyberon head.
Indeed.
Of Doom.
I'm glad it turned up, because quite frankly, that would have been the perfect cap to the story.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
Right, for those who don't know, a Cyberon is an unlicensed Cyberman from Bill Bag's video.
Is it wearable?
I don't think so, but...
Have you tried?
I haven't tried yet.
I feel you should, live on air.
Really?
Well, if you get stuck, we can call the ambulance, maybe.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Police and ambulance involved in our Cyberon quest.
Yes, we're going to tell the story of your Cyberon quest.
There is a tale to be told.
Through dangers unknown and hardships uncounted, you have traveled to the place where you could find your Cyberon.
It was a quest, I think. It was a definite quest, wasn't it? Oh,
It's
most
like the
definitely.
One Ring.
Was it a Chris Quedge quest?
It was a
Shvei.
quest, and I claimed my prize and returned victorious.
Shvei.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh no.
It's meant to be pronounced Chevet, but everyone pronounces it Quedge, and that's a whole joke. But yeah.
Yep. So let's discuss this. We went to Derby, if viewers may remember. We went to Whoville, the convention, and on the Friday night, Dr. Sinister and I are sitting there, and we're umming about eating. Thomas has vanished. He has gone off somewhere, essentially geocaching, to find a token that will win him a Cyberon head. Basically, the clues for the location were dotted in a load of books that BBB did, and Thomas put it all together cleverly, worked out the location, and went off on his own in a strange place he'd never been to before. Into the woods to go and get this head. Do you want to tell us what happened next?
Oh goodness. So I ventured into the dark and brooding forest.
Yes,
and,
good start.
Thank you very much.
That's all right.
And upon my path, I came across this fellow. Now he walked.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to roll a 6 for initiative.
All right.
Not after last night. Not after last night.
Probably more roll 6 for crazed drug dealer. But this guy walks past me, big spliff in hand, smoking away, turns to me, and he says, "Hey, what are you doing on my patch?" And I'm like, "Sorry, I'm looking for a Cyberon helmet. I'm doing I didn't say Cyber. I said Cyberman from Doctor Who because I think going into the intricacies of BBV and Arc.
You see, I would have done that. And just totally
just
ignored
gone
the threat
into the whole
and
I'm
babbled
doing a
at it.
geocache thing.
Yeah, I was geocaching for a Cyberman helmet, Doctor Who thing.
Ooh.
Anyway, probably not the best thing to say. He's like, "What have you got on you? Have you got any goods?" He takes my bag. He looks through my bag. Now, the only thing I have in my bag at the time is a DVD copy of Scream of the Schalke. He says, "What's this? Cartoons?" I'm like, "No, it's Doctor Who." He says, "Are you here for little kids? Are you a nonce?" I'm like, "God, no." And he's like,
yes, because that's how we get them, We use these DVDs of Doctor Who from...
"Yes, hello, kiddies. Would you like Doctor Who?"
If they smell a To Entertain logo, that's it. They're there.
Would you like to come
see,
in my K9? Mummy sent me to fetch you.
The main thing is you let him go through your bag.
I didn't let him. He took it from me. It's a.
That's when there should have been violence.
Well,
Thomas is tiny.
I'm very. To be fair, first of all, I'm 5'6". Second of all, this guy.
You should have said, "You can't hurt me. I'm a genius," and he would have gone,
Yes.
"Genius."
No, but
Possibly.
unfortunately, he wasn't a nice warrior. This was not the Seeds of Death, and I didn't have any heat rays to my advantage. However, he did threaten me with a gun. He said, "I've got a gun in my bag, and I'm going to call my..." He said a very unpleasant word to refer to his friends, which I'm not going to repeat. And then I started playing like, "No, please, I need to get out of here." And he was like, "You stay there. I've been in prison 5 times. I've got a gun in my bag."
In that case, you're not very good at it, are you?
I have the death penalty in 12 systems.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be careful.
Come, this little one isn't worth your time.
Yeah.
He doesn't like you.
Hey, Brian,
I don't like you either.
that the whole nerve thing's gone again.
Oh,
did last
good,
night.
good. So enjoy your stroke.
Yeah, we're talking to Adam about it. I don't think it is a stroke. It's too irregular for it
Is
to...
there any pain?
No, it's just numbness. Going down to the...
It's
tip
an
of my
upgrade.
fingers. So I
I
will phone the
realize,
doctor.
you live in a country with free healthcare,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's not like here. It's not like here where you'll go broke if you get a cold.
That is very strange. It's like having had a local anaesthetic.
We're sorry to interrupt your story.
Yes, sorry.
We get stuck on sidetracks a lot.
Do you know, on the last show, we went for nearly an hour without actually talking about anything. Really. I should point out, by the way, sorry for last week, but I had, as you see me finishing off there, I had some tech problems. Twitch got hacked and it caused a few issues and whatever. But things are back now. which is
Was
nice.
it a hack?
Hmm?
Was it a hack?
Yeah.
Twitch was hacked,
Yeah.
Oh,
and a
right.
lot of information was
Most
exposed
of
to the
their
public.
information was put on 4chan. So
Ooh.
I'm basically trying to slowly go through changing passwords.
I remember 4chan when it was 1chan.
Oh, do you remember that it was black and white. It's only 425 lines.
Cute little thing it was.
Sat in the corner quietly.
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt a fly.
Very unassuming, quiet, kept to itself.
Yeah.
That Mary Whitehouse was right.
And now it's a serial killer.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Though it is responsible. Well, not technically responsible.
Actually, I've discovered a perfect way of not being murdered.
Oh, this is going to be good. Let me guess. You're going to carve your name on a bullet.
No.
Thomas,
All
you're
right.
going to want to pay attention to this because you're going to want to take this man
No.
geocaching with you in the future.
Every time somebody gets murdered, someone's on the telly saying,
Mother?
"You're such a lovely, bubbly person. He was such an unassuming person. He was so nice." So basically, if you are the complete opposite of a lovely, bubbly person and are totally horrible, you will never get murdered.
We have a request from chat.
Oh. Shut the fuck up.
Well, Retta wants to hear the
All
rest of
three of
Thomas's
us.
stories because he's at a good part.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back in the forest. This guy's threatening me. He says, "I've got a gun in my bag. I've been in prison 5 times." He takes my bag. He looks through it. Sees the Doctor Who DVD. Calls me some unsanitary names. At this point, I'm say, "Look, I'm literally just here for Doctor Who. I have no idea what you're going on about. I just need to leave." He says, "Look, I've got a gun." I snatch my bag off him at this point, and I just leg it. And I see him put his hand in his bag, but I just leg it. And at this point, I'm able to hail a taxi and get back to the hotel safely.
So, boys and girls, what have we learnt from this?
Ooh.
Colin,
Never split the party.
essentially that's right. It boils it down quite nicely. But it means don't bloody go off somewhere you've never been before on your own in a foreign, well, it's north, it's grim up there.
Should have gone with him. I keep telling you, I should have gone with him.
We had no idea it was going to be like that. And stop blaming yourself, I keep telling you.
It wasn't that bad. It was quite exciting, to be honest.
He says that now.
Yeah. We saw the colour you were when you walked in.
Oh, but it was a wonderful colour.
The only time
It was
I
a colour
split the
that was
party
no
at
colour.
cons is when I go off to forage for food in a well-lit area.
Yeah, he didn't. He went to forage for nuts and berries in the wood.
Yeah, about that. Our viewer knows about my foraging tactics.
Is this something we actually want to know?
No. You just go and you find something with a dollar menu, and you make that your living for the weekend.
I can approve of that.
Thing is, there's so many things that I think you could have said, Thomas. I mean, you could have said something along the lines of, "Hello, I'm looking for a time scanner." You know, you could have said any number of you could have declared yourself a knight of the Grand Order of Oberon. You know, or
What's that? It's my thing that goes ding.
Yeah, it's describing to the police the conversation afterwards.
I couldn't
That's
be
the
a
problem.
Grand Order of Oberon. I didn't have an Orsini with me, so
Knight of the Grand Order of Cyberon?
that's true. To be fair, I am a bit annoyed I didn't get a chance to slip in. You know, you're a classic example of the inverse ratio between the size of the mouth and the size of the brain.
you wouldn't have understood.
And would probably be into. You've got to be a little bit more subtle.
You could have offered him a jelly baby.
What's this? You got sweets? Got sweets for the kiddies? Is that what it is?
Yes. How else are they going to get in my unmarked van?
Ah, dear.
You should have said, "I've been threatened by experts, BBC executives."
Retta says you could have asked him, is he looking for Jesus?
Have you heard the word of the Lord?
Yeah.
You'd be amazed at how many people just start walking away right then.
That's a very good idea, Retta.
Genius.
However, this is coming from a psychopath and religious extremist. No, not you, Brian. Retta. Yeah. Yeah, we'll discuss
We'll discuss the RPG later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
It was a good session.
It was
I really
a great
liked it.
session. I spent all of it unconscious or in a bacta tank. I was absolutely I was fine with that. I was just sitting back enjoying this.
Colin really came into his own.
Yeah, you're getting a bit too attached, I think.
I told you, he's the breakout character.
The NPC.
The NPC is the breakout character of our RPG.
Right, yeah, okay.
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says Colin on it and have a little lightsaber with him.
It's got to be a rainbow-coloured lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
With rainbow sparkles.
Coming out of the hilt.
Yeah.
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 Because it's short-circuiting, because, well, it's put together like crap.
Mm-hmm. Which is another problem that Colin will have.
I should make you roll for reliability on that thing.
Oh, dear. You haven't in the past. You can't start doing it now.
Sure, I can.
No,
You've
you
only
can't.
used it once
I've used it more than once. Thank you very much.
this session.
Well, I only used it...
This universe. Maybe
No,
it doesn't work in all universes. You don't know.
I have used the saber. Sorry, but I have.
We've lost them. We've lost them all.
Yes, Sinister's giving me that look. This is an argument for 2 weeks, all right?
Yep.
We'll argue about it, and not next Saturday, the Saturday. You see, we plan our arguments. This is civilized society here. We plan when to have
This is
our
why we
arguments.
watch crappy Doctor Who episodes every 2 weeks.
Retta, take this nicely. Shut up. Right then.
I like her. She might get extra XP now.
No. No! Right. So, what was my week like?
Yeah. Well, how any new sagas unfolding?
No. Well, the
Continuing?
interesting saga of the numbness going down my right-hand side.
We have now your stroke.
Is
Yeah.
it a terrible pain in all the diodes?
No, and this is the left-hand side, you see. And the left-hand side is fine, apart from a little bit of, arthritis as well as neuropathy.
He's a very nice man, by the way, Arthritis.
Is he?
Hmm?
He's a bastard.
Dr. Neuropathy speaks very highly of you.
This is fun. Review: Evil of the Daleks. The animation's great. Don't like the new style of the Dalek animation. I preferred the ones from Power. I'm so very sorry. I know you put a lot of effort into them, but I think you just over-detailed them. And the story, though, remains incredibly dull. That's my review of the Evil of the Daleks release.
I must concur with this assessment. I don't mind the animation. That was okay.
No,
I
the
love-
animation's fine. It's the story that lets it down.
the last episode is the only one really worth watching.
I mean, there's at least 2 episodes you could take out of that.
And I know this is absolute heresy to say this, but it's dull, boring.
I said as much on the Who cast all those years ago.
You
And
did.
Yes, that was... Yeah. Oh, by the way, please notice, boys and girls on Twitch, there's now a tip class. Good, isn't it? And something happened. No, and you've got to be a follower for something to happen. That's right. We get zombies. Which is cool. So, yes, my week. I think it's been a rather quiet one, actually. If I'm honest with you. Yeah, it's been really dull. Bit of a shame, but there we go. I had a slight panic midweek when I discovered I'd paid 150 quid instead of... Well, actually, it turns out with the exchange rate. So, there we go, look. Well done, Brian. It's not a zombie, but that'll do. There we go. So we've got we've got features.
Sub.
We've got
If
features.
If they follow you, it's a zombie.
No,
So if you had like more than me and Reddit in chat, and they followed you.
Well, there we go. I mean, little tin doggy. He's
You
done
need a
one
little
of it.
tin dog.
He's basically put a show online on YouTube, which is unusual for him. He's already got more views than we get. It's just, we've been here over a year now. Dear God, yes.
Well, you just started using Just Chatting.
Do you know we've this iteration of the Blade's nearly been going 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Down with this sort of thing.
We don't use Graham Lionham stuff on this show, I'm afraid. He's a naughty man.
Wow.
Where was I? Yes, so about Rick Jones, Evil the Daleks. Now, yes. Haven't got it with me. Bugger. There's a book out, good book, called The Panda, the Cat and the Dreadful Teddy. It's a series of paintings by Paul Mars, of Irish Wild Time fame, and it's anti-inspirational stuff. It's more realistic stuff, or the realistic reply to we've cheered again. Okay.
I'm doing an example.
Right.
I've done an anti-inspirational calendar.
You did, and I was absolutely peeing myself laughing when you were describing it. Wow.
I don't know what's going on.
Stuff's happening on Twitch.
Okay.
Thank you, Retta. That's
yes.
remarkably generous of you.
Yes, thank
You
you.
have to thank the viewers when it happens.
Who's Yuki? Yuki?
It's Brent.
Oh, that's Brent. Of course it is. What am I thinking? I know who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking of too. Yeah, no.
Right. Okay. Good. I got a bit confused there. So, a bit of a dull week then for everyone, is it? Yeah. Okay.
We got to hell.
We're not doing too bad at all on Diablo 2.
No, we're doing, for very casual players, we're doing exceedingly well.
Yeah. We've already gone through it on normal setting. I'm just finishing off nightmare setting. These guys already have. And now we'll be redoing hell this week, I should imagine. Redoing it on the hell setting. Which means the maggot lair again.
Which means we have to get Decker Kane again.
It's the maggot lair I'm most worried about. I'm up to 16 pets.
Fortunately, everyone can pass through your pets.
Yes.
They can't pass through each other.
The problem I have, though, is that the pets, because they're thick, get stuck in corners.
Yes.
And I end up with no offense or defense.
We found a wand for you.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Happy to do it.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Also, they implemented a queue during peak hours.
Yes. They did, didn't they?
Yeah. Leave it to Blizzard to screw up a game that's 20 plus years old.
It's a case of we don't want to put more servers on.
They didn't realize how popular this game was going to be.
I wonder if it's outsold Diablo 3. Sorry, I'm reading chat. Right, shall we do what we came here to do?
Nah, no point.
No? Do you think not? Right, you see, I got to do a couple of things here, and I got to try and get it right. All right, that goes... No, stop. Stop.
Move forward and circle.
Central left. Here we go. And now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who... Hang on a second. No. Stop. Oh, fuck it. And now, from the worlds of Retta, you can go now, don't worry. Oh, it's not playing well. Oh, that's dreadful. Oh, major problem. Major problem. What went wrong? No? that sounds like it needs to be a computer reboot. So it doesn't look like we're going to have any titles or end credits or anything, I'm afraid, tonight. It's being a git. So it's Doctor Who. We're going to talk about Doctor Who now.
Late for you.
Yeah. So anyway, a First Doctor, we come in 6 packs, and Ian Chesterton and the girls, Vicky and Barbara. They've strayed from their astral plane just for a second, and they've been caught by an influence. Do you know, I honestly don't think anybody's ever called my podcasting torture before. Have you, Brian? Oh. Oh dear.
Only when I try to tech support you.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What could this possibly mean, boys and girls?
Thomas gets a new job? No. I'm kidding.
No, I was going to be nice. I have actually decided what we're watching next week. And oddly enough, Sinister and I are in exactly the same mind. We both said the same thing at the same time.
We did, didn't we?
We did. Also, we have a question from Adam Purcell.
Oh.
My chief scientist. And he would like to know if we're continuing the Davros reactions into new series.
This thought had gone through my brain, and I think we probably ought to.
Okay. Fair enough. Which means, one, I'm not very pleased. Hang on. So it's 4 new series episodes. One of which I can't stand. 1 episode. The other 3 episodes.
Which one is that?
It's Journey's End. I can't stand it.
Okay.
It's almost a retread of Parting of the Ways. And
I would love to hear you talking piss about it.
Yeah, we're going to. Or rather, I am.
I mean, we pretty much dissected Rose when we were doing the live watch throughs. She is not a likable person.
Does that mean someone's been watching our reaction stuff?
I can find out.
Anyway, you were doing an intro to this bit.
Oh yeah, Cat's done a thing again. Right, yes. So they end up being forced to materialize on a craggy world with strange lights in the sky, and everything's made of silica, and it's better in the book. To be fair, the book's brilliant. Certainly builds the mystery up.
They landed on Cersei?
Yeah. It's the Web Planet. And the Web Planet has bored me stupid ever since I first saw it. This time round, I was gripped. Go figure. It must say something about what mood I'm in. We'll decide.
You're getting old.
Whatever. Yeah, it's the Sensorites all over again. Now, admittedly, I've not seen the Sensorites, and this is the first time I'd actually sat through it and watched it, and I really enjoyed it. I also think the same with Keys and Marinus as well. But I have seen the Web Planet before, and I've been bored senseless by it. But this time, I absolutely loved it. Really weird. Anyway, there's a lot of us to do talking. We'll go to our guest first. Do you think that's right, gentlemen?
Proceed.
Yes, okay. Thomas, do talking about the Web Planet now.
Talking about the Web Planet now. Well, I think the Web Planet is actually a bit of an underrated serial. I've always quite liked it. Serial, and actually it was one of the ones I had on VHS when I was quite a bit younger, which, to be honest, isn't that long ago. But it's a serial. I think it's really interesting that they try to do something which is really quite experimental for the time. They try to create a wholly alien world, and so when I rewatched it, I unfortunately got to episode 3 on my rewatch, because I wasn't sure whether whether it was all okay for me to come on and stuff today. So I started watching this afternoon, got to episode 3, but yeah, it's always a story I've loved. I mean, it's a story you can definitely see the cracks in it, but I think that makes it all the more enduring. I think Richard Martin obviously has a bit of a reputation for being a naff director. A lot of people say he was the one who sabotaged the Dead Planet by, the later stuff he did wasn't as gripping as the Chris Barry stuff from earlier in the serial and such forth. And that, but I've always liked his serials. I think The Chase, I think is probably the one that's the biggest miss. But I really like Dalek Invasion of Earth, and I also think The Web Planet is a very ambitious story that.
I was going to use that word at some stage.
But you can tell that was it Bill Strutton who wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that he's trying to go for this almost like a more adventure sort of tone, a more sort of sci-fi sort of exploration adventure tone. At times the Doctor's almost characterized like one of those almost like a sort of a Victorian explorer in the vein of
Yes, that's a very good description of Hartnell's Doctor anyway.
Well, yeah, definitely, but it's like you can see a lot of H.G. Wells influence and stuff like that on the Hartnell characterization. What's his name in First Man on the Moon? The old guy.
Jules Verne.
No. In the H.G. Wells book, First Man on the Moon, the old professor Cavell, I think. There's shades of him in Hartnell, and you can see how that informs his character, especially in serials like The Web Planet, where he's sort of using his deductions and being like, "Oh, this is the place I've heard of, Biltis and Isop Galaxy and all that." And it's nice. It's nice to have a serial that sort of, which is very common in the 60s serials, but it's nice to have a serial where it's nice for the serials take time for the characters to explore the setting and sort of which is something you don't have as the show goes along. You lose more and more of characters sort of exploring environments, which I think is something that is one of the big appeals of 60s Doctor Who. And I think The Web Planet is probably one of the stories that captured it brilliantly, because the stock music that they use from I think it's Les Structures Soniques or whatever. Yeah, that's wonderful. And you can see why they wanted to originally get them to do the Doctor Who theme back for the pilot.
That would be very different.
But it's so eerie and it's so otherworldly and alien, and it really complements the story. And so one scene that always stuck in my mind when I watched it as a kid was when the TARDIS is rolling along, the Northern TARDIS is rolling along, being moved around. I think it's a beautiful image, and actually some of the shots, like the opening shot when the TARDIS lands, and there's the high view shot of the TARDIS landing.
That's a very awkward angle. They've used that photo cutout for when they're trying to dematerialize.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the at the very beginning when the model shot, when you pan down from the webs to the police box model. I think that looks really nice. Actually. Okay. But yeah, no. And I think the Animus. The Animus is wonderful. I think. I mean, obviously, Christopher Bulis's novel Twilight of the Gods picks up on that a bit, which I'm not a big fan of it, but
one letter away from Twilight of the Gods. Very different book whatsoever. I like a little bit of the world. You're talking about Bill Strutton. I like some of the world building he did. The Optra, for example, the way they talk. We will use the sticks to make mouths in the wall. The mouths will speak their light.
Yes.
It's brilliant. I like that.
Wonderful. And again, it's very much like the Selenites in First Man on the Moon. Like, they have their own culture. It's very much inspired by the early sci-fi that, was based around giving the, alien cultures sort of like this unique, almost like, I mean, to this day, it could sort of be almost seen as problematic, but like slightly native, almost like primitive, and it's I think you can see that informs this serial as well, like how you have these worlds and these characters, and they very much do build the unique sort of structures of the societies of the Optera and the Menoptera and the Zarbi themselves, and then obviously their venom guns and all that.
Zarbi.
Zarbi.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Thomas.
Oh, and also one last shout out to Rosalind D. Winters for
her insect movement.
Yes.
Yes. See, the problem with having Thomas on is we start getting somebody with brains, which is a problem.
I don't have much of them.
Sinister. Is there any way Sinister Incorporated can come out with crash helmets for Zarbi? Or BBC camera defenders?
There'll be a cost.
Well, I'm not paying it.
Okay.
I take it you saw the Zarbi run into the camera, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was.
Did that impress you?
Not really.
Okay.
I forgot to make a joke. I was going to say if I drop my camera at any point, that's not me, that's the Zarbi. But you've already mentioned it now. I can't make it. Well, I have, but it's not as impactful.
Righty ho. Brian.
I don't remember much from this thing. It's been 2 weeks.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Admittedly, 2 weeks ago, I was not in a good place. So
No. I'm not going to argue with that one. That means we can do it again at some stage.
yes, as soon as I forget that we've ever done it before.
I still say you're trolling me with that. Right.
You wish I was trolling you with that.
I know. Come on, Ensign. Give me
Okay.
both barrels.
Okay.
Righty-ho.
I found this a real struggle to get through.
Fair enough.
Normally, when I'm quite happy to rewatch an entire Doctor Who story, no matter how long, in one sitting. I knew I was going to struggle with this one. It's not. I probably saw it when it came out on VHS. I will have watched it again when it came out on DVD, and I've probably never watched it since. So I knew I was going to struggle with this. I'll come on to the book a bit later. So I deliberately only watched one episode at a time.
Good plan.
Because it was, and I watched it all, and I will give it its due. It was better than I remember it, but God, it's dull. It's so slow, and look, Thomas, I don't wish to. I fully appreciate everything you say. Everything you say is 100% accurate. It's just not for me.
That's completely understandable.
Right? Because it's 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's ambitious, and yes, there is not a single humanoid character in it other than the TARDIS crew, and that's admirable that they would try such a thing, right? But it's like a school play.
I was going to actually ask you all, what do we make of Hartnell's performance during this?
I adore the cliffhanger to episode 2. And there's my ship, my TARDIS.
Do you mean episode 1?
Yeah, wait, no, that is the cliff. Yeah, the cliffhanger. Wait, yeah, it is episode 1, isn't it?
I still got it. That's it. I can still put the youth down. That's good. I got it.
The Zarbi are clearly made of fiberglass.
Yes. Special Shorecraft fiberglass.
Clattering around like they are. I mean, you've got pools of acid. I don't really know why, which is a rip-off from Keys of Marinus anyway, with the acid sea, I'm not really quite sure what that added to the plot. And then halfway through, we suddenly get another race of creatures turn up, the Optera, who live underground, but look terribly clean for living underground. And they're hopping around. They're clearly meant to be caterpillar-like, right? But they're hopping around, and it's just kind of... And then the Menoptera invasion happens, and there's 3 of them, who apparently have managed to fly on butterfly wings from another fucking planet, right? I mean...
That planet, I'll have you know, is Pictos.
But then at one point they were calling it the isotope, and then one of them slips and calls it the isotope. Isotope is a stupid fucking name anyway.
It's based on the galaxy, isn't it? You know, the Isop galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. So I look. This is. I've never made any secret of this. Hartnell's not my favourite Doctor, right? I admire, obviously, Doctor Who wouldn't be where it is without those early years, right? And and I'm not dismissing any of that. It's just that this is not my favourite era of Doctor Who. It never has been. It never will be. It's too slow, in my opinion.
Okay.
This entire story could have fitted quite easily into one modern episode. We could have rattled through it really quickly.
Again am thinking evil of the Daleks, but okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of padding in this. Now, when it comes to the book, I haven't read the book in about. I'm 50 years old. I haven't read the book in about 40 years' time, but I can still remember the book. I remember the thudding sort of heartbeat of the Animus is constantly kind of referenced and stuff like that. And the book was really good, but I have to say, this is probably, I can honestly say, unless somebody was to put a gun to my head, I'll never watch this again.
Well, if you want to pop into some woods up in Derby, we can arrange this. Except that the DVD this time will be the web.
Thomas can show you where to go.
And as I say, it smacks, I'm sorry to say, of a school pantomime production.
Ouch.
Basically, our reach outstretched our grasp or something.
It's far too ambitious for the money they had available to them. And I admire them for doing it, and I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying it's not a good story. I'm saying it's not for me.
Completely understandable. There's definitely an amateurish quality about it, and for some people that's part of the charm. For some people it's just like a slog to get through it. I completely get that.
Right. So I loved it. Everybody else hated it, except for Thomas. So
I'm ambivalent towards it.
Basically, read the book. You can't go wrong with the book, except for the typo of Doctor Who blinked.
Oh yes. That blinked is then the second syllable of the Doctor's name, so it's Doctor Who blinked von Word the Longbaramus.
Oh fucking hell! I've got to have another fucking drink now.
I had to slip one in there somehow. I had to.
I don't make the rules. I just want you to know that. I just enforce them.
Just to let you know, I'm this far from wearing a lampshade as a hat.
All right. Well, I have the whole book memorized in my head, so I could start Times Roses ascended with. Don't worry.
Let's go.
Right. There's no Doctor Who Big Finish this week, but there was Blake 7, the Clonemasters, in which, in the first story, something happens. The second story is great fun. Both Travises. They do not explain why they're so different.
Why are there two?
Well, Travis has cloned himself. Clonemasters, right. And they basically his exact clone is Stephen Greif. And it is.
I think it has more to stem from the fact that Travis is batshit crazy, and that's a clinical term.
Yeah, true.
So
who's the original Travis?
Came out a little.
Which one's meant to be the original?
Travis. The Brian Croucher Travis.
He's the original Travis.
Yes. In this, yes.
Holy shit!
And they make the clone from him, and that's Stephen Greif.
So what went wrong?
I don't know. They don't
Travis
explain
is batshit nuts. So when they did the whole neuro stuff,
the question is, when you've got Travis versus Travis.
So hold on. Before you go into that, so in Seek, Locate, Destroy,
yes,
when Servalan meets Travis and says, "I want you to go and kill Blake,"
yeah,
and they think about the whole. Are you telling me that there's been two Travises running around the whole time?
I haven't heard the last episode of this set because I started it and I'm afraid I found the very first story very boring. The second one, the Travis one, absolutely loved it. Couldn't bring myself to listen to the third one. So I don't know if it dear.
Explains it.
Yeah, the second
if it
one was
doesn't-
a snore fest, or the first one was a snore
It
fest.
really was.
The second one was good.
It was fun.
I mean, because it's Travis. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the Brian Croucher Travis for the whole for the
Yeah.
main, and it's fascinating listening to him trying to dial it back for audio.
The third one was eh.
I didn't hear the third
The
one. I'm sorry.
the second story really is
Yeah, it's
what
where it's
makes
at.
this thing shine.
But it's what everyone's been looking forward to. You know, the two Travises, they found a way to do it. Sin, did you listen to this?
No, I don't. I've been listening to Gallifrey stories all week in the car.
No. Shush.
In
Primos.
The word, the word.
The word.
It'll soon be Christmas, won't
for
it?
Annihilation, they mentions the House of Lungbarrow.
Shit.
The thing is, I hadn't discussed this with Thomas beforehand. So I haven't asked him to deliberately whatever. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. I'm not sure quite what I've let loose.
I might have to get a refill.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay. You could fill it up whilst you're sat there from the other end and just constantly recycle.
I'm not Stacey Jacks. I can't do that.
So that's what Adam drinks when we meet on Sunday lunchtimes. Okay.
Shh. Don't
Right.
ask.
Brian, did you listen to this?
I did, and I agree
Talk to
with
me.
you. The first story was boring as all hell.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, kudos for them for having an all-female centric story.
Mhm.
The girls finally got out from under everyone's shadows. That's great.
Well, there's probably a reason for that.
Everyone else is dead. But if they could have made the story at least interesting, I would have liked it more. As it was, I fell asleep a little bit, which is never a good thing when you're trying to review a story.
Drive. Oh, right, yes.
No. I don't listen to this stuff in the car.
My car comes complete with woodland sounds, a fireplace burning, snow, all these lovely, soothing, restful sounds it will play of
To help you
nature.
drift off.
To help you drift off on the motorway.
So back to the
That explains a lot about English driving. I've been watching dash cam videos for the last month.
Yeah, fair dues. Most of them involving a white van, by any chance?
Some of them. But the second one, yeah.
Probably BMW.
The second story is
Audis.
why you buy this box
Yes,
set.
exactly. It's the only reason, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What's that
And
third
honestly,
story?
it's the only. Just skip the first story. The third story, just go for this one.
Do the Clonemasters themselves actually feature much in the box set? Because that's one thing I haven't bought it, but I was interested in maybe picking it
Yes,
up.
sort of.
Okay, because
Their head clone master has died, so they've all come together to choose a new clone master.
okay.
Spoiler: it's Travis. No, I'm kidding.
Does the third story have both Travises in it?
Honestly, I don't remember that much about it. I do remember not being impressed.
Can I just point out the irony of the head of the Clonemasters dying and them having to get a replacement when they could
They're
have
Clonemasters.
Yes.
Yeah.
That, or
Welcome to 1970s logic. They've recreated it perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I can dodge a bolt of energy shot by a gun coming at me at several times the speed of light.
do
But
they
I can
use
dodge it.
the wonderful sort of organ and choir inspired music that Dudley did for the Clonemasters, or an inspiration of that? Because that was
I don't know. I can't remember that much about it. Not in that much detail. I'm sorry. Normally we're fairly positive about Big Finish, except for Brian. And
I'm very demanding in my audio dramas,
I want to ask Nick Briggs on, and because
I'm fully prepared to have him say not be interviewed by that bastard Brian.
No, it's going to be a case of don't mention it.
Of course not,
because quite. I wouldn't expect you to. However, I don't know. I don't know if we get him. I've got several options. I'd like to go with Nick because he's not been on the blade for a good few years.
Nick's lovely as well. He's great to talk to.
He is.
He's very talkative as well when you get him talking.
Only audio dramas. Do you mean
she means I'm very exact about the quality of my audio dramas.
Righty-ho, and that's a Saki comment. Only audio dramas? Right, got it. Good. Right. So, next week we're looking at Dalek Universe 3.
Ooh, very good.
I've already heard it, binged it. So that might be a little indication for you. Just try and remember back to the previous 2 Dalek in universes, because we have looked at them, we have reviewed them. All right. It's only three discs. So, yes. And I think there's the possibility of a Pertwee box set being released this week, but I don't know. But we'll look at Dalek Universe anyway. And you want to know what you're doing for Doctor? What?
I'm gonna say, if you want someone with a Death to the Daleks Dalek to talk about Dalek Universe 3.
No, because I don't like Death to the Daleks.
I do. I just can't stand the music in that story.
I love the music. Kerry Blyton's a legend.
Settle back, Brian. This will be interesting.
Yeah, I know. I'm just chilling. I got Transformers.
Yep. No, Planet of the Daleks for me. And which reminds me, we've got to start checking B&Ms again.
The new sets haven't come out yet.
Oh, right. Okay. Because we each need, if we're going to do what we plan on doing, we each need one of the Spiridon sets. Plus, I want one of the Hartnell sets.
I'm happy to help. I fully intend to get a couple of Spiridon and Day sets myself.
Yes, because I've seen some people with about 30 of them, and I'm thinking, no wonder the rest of us can't bloody get them.
Yeah.
It's the army makers, and it's... I appreciate what you're trying to do, but it's making it very hard for the rest of us, and forcing us even more so to go to the scalpers.
Yep. I've not seen any Daleks in B&M yet. I've only managed to get a singular Alien Board set.
Yeah, me too. I saw about 12 Vord sets, and the next day they'd all gone. I'm sorry, there ain't that many Doctor Who fans in Basingstoke.
Yeah.
The Crawley hasn't had any of the Doctor Who sets.
I think a lot of the stores just don't want to deal with the fans, so they don't actually get them in. They don't order them in.
No, it's actually, there's a huge supply problem coming from China right now. I'm having this problem with Transformers right now.
I remember Al Duard talking about that a while ago, but I know with the B&M thing, it's a slight different scenario.
Thomas, just for the viewers and for Brian, who's Al Duard?
Al Duard is the executive of the Doctor Who range for character options. Okay. So he basically chooses like what figures get made, and he's in charge of it all essentially.
Someone I need to get to know.
Hmm.
Hi, I'm the legendary Stuart. No, I can't introduce myself like that. It's a lie.
You can always introduce yourself as Joanna Lumley.
You could always
do every other time.
You have a point. Right. So, yes, next week's Doctor Who's Planet of Evil. Series 13.
That's a good one.
So Tom Baker.
I like it. Very good set work in it. Very good studio part.
Love me some Tom Baker.
All right. So
I'm still holding out hope for Inferno at some point in time.
Oh, we'll get there, mate. Don't worry.
I know.
Very good serial.
I just love the eye patch Brigadier.
And I turned around and they were all wearing eye patches.
This is what we're going to be doing: is we all have to wear eye patches for that episode.
I rock an eye patch, okay? I will do this in a heartbeat. I'm actually blind in one way.
I don't have to ask Sinister about eye patches. No. I'll have to find an eye patch. However, I need to get some anyway for the Capitol. We're playing the eye patch joke on somebody.
Oh, wonderful. Who?
I'm not saying. But I need to talk to the partner involved to make sure that they will be cosplaying a certain character, because we arranged it nearly 2 years ago and COVID's happened since then. So, and then I'm going to need to try and get a little group of people together and all to somehow, God, it's a different hotel to the one there normally is. Try and get us all to turn around at the same time wearing the eye patch.
We have a request from chat. They're requesting to get you a glitter eye patch.
Glitter over here has bad connotations. Just the word.
Over here it means it's pretty synonymous with strippers.
Over here it's pretty synonymous with a child abuser. Gary Glitter.
Oh, I heard about him. Yeah.
And another awful thing about Gary Glitter, obviously nowhere near in person to his actual crimes, but you can't listen to Doctor of the TARDIS anymore without feeling guilty.
I can't listen to Two Little Boys anymore.
No.
I am so angry with Rolf Harris for taking that away from me. I know I should be angry about other things, and I am angry about the other things, but I can't listen to that song anymore, and it's a crying shame. So anyway, Brian.
Yes.
Back in World War II, you know, the Second World War that you guys turned up to far too late.
You mean the one we stopped you from now having to speak German in?
It's nice you think that.
Mute my ancestors. So
I think you'll find we were looking after ourselves perfectly well.
It's not me you argue with. You got to remember, my lot were occupied by the Nazis, so I can't argue. Yeah, it's down to Sinister on that one.
Yeah, my ancestors were nuked by the Americans. Woohoo! Genocide.
Interesting fact. Every possible wargaming scenario of Operation Sea Lion saw the Germans being annihilated before they'd even crossed the channel, because the Navy was just impossible to defeat. We defeated the Kriegsmarine, the surface element, in the Norway campaign. They had very few surface fleet elements left of their fleet. We basically defeated the Air Force pretty much in the Battle of Britain. They had nothing. They had barges which would have been swamped with a slight wave, and it was impossible for them to cross the channel. So in terms of us speaking German, that was
a
never
question.
gonna happen.
The effects of the U-back, especially the Wolfpack campaign on the convoys.
Yeah, what about it?
Surely over a prolonged sense of time that would have worn Britain down.
Negative. We broke the codes. We broke the codes a couple of years into the war. We knew exactly what was going on. We had to be very careful with how we used the Ultra information for fear of giving away to the Germans the fact that the codes had been broken. Mm-hmm. But that war, although it was the only campaign that lasted the entire length of the war, but it was easily being won by the end of the war because they had planes that could cover the mid-Atlantic gap.
I had heard that they were months away from making their own atom bomb.
Yes, but there were some resistance fighters in Norway which took out the heavy water plant, which scuppered those plans. You look confused.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out how we got onto this. I know I started talking about it, but
World War II that you were late to.
World War II.
Yeah,
my snarky remark.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Trouble is, I can't remember why I was saying that.
Thing is as well.
Sinister, high five.
Final note on this topic. The stuff that happened on the Western Front was about 1% of all the stuff that happened on the Eastern Front. And in fact, if there hadn't been a second front opened,
no, not Barbarossa,
the entirety of Europe would have been conquered by the Soviets.
She had a eureka.
Go on.
Okay, I've remembered why. Back in the Second World War, you know, the one you guys were late for, Brian, again.
Snarky comment inserted.
Exactly.
Thank
right,
you.
right,
Go
right,
ahead.
very
Moving
much.
along.
There was a lot of bombing by the Germans on British cities, ending up, obviously, with a housing shortage. Plenty of bricks, no houses. So the response was to build high-rise buildings.
This is going to be a Doomwatch segue.
It is!
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be a Paradise Towers segment.
No, it's worse.
I love Paradise Towers.
It's fucking worse.
Hail to Pex, hail to the unalive. And relating to World War II, we all know who lived in World War II. Majorwell.
We don't like to mention it.
You've opened the box now.
Yeah, man.
Siobhan, you need to send him Doomwatch.
He'd enjoy it, Brian. He'd enjoy it.
There's a special hell, and it's reserved for Doomwatch likers.
Well, what I'm going to send, I've also, with my little Doomwatch collection of what's surviving, and I've already uploaded next week's both Doomwatch and Big Finish for you.
Oh, excellent.
So
I'll get on that.
They're in the chat, Discord chat. Don't worry, what people. The Big Finish ones are for us to review. We're giving them to do this.
Don't worry, it's nothing illegal, people. We are taking...
Sin.
Hello.
In reference to the Second World War stuff.
Yes.
Yep. Because you obviously haven't got Twitch open.
No.
Retta says, the one we won for you.
Where's Retta from?
America.
Right.
She's my sister.
She's your sister?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. Interesting.
Though Brian does have legitimate trouble telling fact from fiction.
Yeah. No. We kind of adopted each other.
I think you should have a word with the Soviet Union about who won the Second World War.
Yipa, comrade!
See, right now that's kind of...
Can I point something out, just to help everybody? All right, to put this into some form of context. Sinister used to write for Armchair General.
Military history is one of my things.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Brian's frozen.
No, he's just broken.
He's stuck in the time vortex.
It would actually make me laugh if he was frozen, to be honest with you.
I think he is.
I think he actually...
And
It's
out.
just what a perfect face for him to freeze on.
What
Last thing here is...
now,
Oh... Brian?
he needs to tumble down that vortex in a full body shot like the
He's
season 11
still there. No, he's varnished.
He's gone.
Like an old oak table.
Curses.
He will no doubt come back.
He will return.
Yeah. We are talking
One
to him.
day he will come back. Yes, one day. Hello.
Hello, dear.
You're on mute,
You're
Brian.
muted.
There we go.
There it is. I must say you froze at the perfect time.
Well,
You
no,
just went, ooh.
No, I got this brilliantly evil idea that when I want to run my Cthulhu World War II game, you would be the perfect resource to ask.
Oh, hang on. Retta. No, don't take it seriously. You're not saying the wrong things. It's cool. We're just taking the piss.
I've got my own Cthulhu.
Awesome. You're right. You're right there.
The only time I play Call of Cthulhu,
Yeah.
the games master didn't like me. And so I kept taking hits on my sanity.
How is this different from now?
We played Dalek dice.
Yes.
I've got Cthulhu dice.
Nice. I mean, okay, H.P. Lovecraft was a racist, misogynist,
Oh, he was a
anti-Semitic
horrible
little
person.
As
little
Colin Baker
bastard,
said.
but he made a hell of a universe that, fortunately, really good people and writers have expanded upon.
I've got an entire stack of audio plays of Lovecraft stories. They're really good.
I think we touched upon this when we did the Lovecraft Wars thing from Big Finish before. Yeah. Dominic helped a lot.
He did. I don't know where Dominic's off doing God knows what.
Dominic is off doing professional Doctor Who stuff, and God willing.
Well, I just think we were lucky to get what we got out of him, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
And good luck to the lad.
Yeah. In 20 years, I fully expect to watch him running the entire show.
With Thomas.
Thomas
will be the script editor.
In 20 years.
I'll be Robert Holmes 2.2.
You're laughing, but this is how things get done.
I'm not laughing.
I'm not laughing. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Doctor Who showrunner, Dominic G. Martin. I'm just saying right now.
Yeah.
I'm right there.
I can see him taking over as...
Thomas, you're up next.
Eventually taking over as executive producer for Big Finish from Nick Briggs.
Yeah.
But there are.
Can you imagine the kind of energy he'd bring to it?
Obviously he's only just started with them for the moment, so he's got a hell of a lot to learn. So it's going to take time before this happens.
All I'm saying is Purple Doctor in canon.
Well, technically, he's a free Hartnell Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's a free Hartnell Doctor now.
Okay.
Yeah. We can't tell who's who anymore. Pun intended.
See this? You see this?
Yeah.
See, Retta's
it's a
ready.
Pre-Hartnell Doctor.
Retta's ready. She wants to play in the
Found
World War
you.
II Call of Cthulhu game.
I found my little gem. Remember when we were talking about police boxes? A couple of shows back. We were doing the show and tell.
Yes,
Sin.
yes, I remember exactly.
Where's that one from?
Advent calendar.
It's a bit battered. It is metal.
Oh, it's metal. Oh.
I'm trying to give you.
I've got one similar to that, but it's kind of resin, which I bought at a convention in the 80s.
Is it Dinky?
No.
Corgi.
No. It's from a shop in Three Bridges. Well, the shop's no longer there. They used to do them. Used to make them.
Oh, beautiful.
And my friend Keith got me one and made it for Christmas or for birthday. I've had this for decades now. It's very good. It fits really nicely if you got a Christmas tree up on one of the lights. So the lights coming out the windows. It's
nice.
There was
the jewel of my collection, that one.
There was one of those, well, something very similar that was made out of plastic that was released in a Doctor Who Advent calendar some years back.
I wouldn't be surprised. But that again, that's even though it's not accurate, that is essentially, actually it's almost accurate. It is essentially based on the police box. And if I'm not wrong, I think we're looking at, I don't know, I can't read the transfers on it, unfortunately. It could have been a Mark 1 rather than a Mark 2, but I think it's supposed to be a Mark 2. But yes. So, yeah, high-rise flats. And how people react to being basically put in battery cages. No privacy, no silence, anything else like that. That's what Doomwatch was about this week. Let's turn to Brian. He's our Doomwatch expert.
Honestly, I kind of think Doomwatch kind of missed the point of it all.
Oh, do tell me why, please. This is interesting.
A lot of that work was very hastily done and very crappily done, if I might say so.
Okay.
For building the buildings.
Absolutely.
Oh, right.
They needed to do it very quickly because people were homeless.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But what I'm saying is it's been proven that when humans are exposed to high levels of electromagnetic fields, like you can get from light fixtures other things in your common household. They tend to get a little screwy. They tend to think the place is haunted. They have paranoia. They exhibit also like they're being watched all the time. Things like that. I wanted Doomwatch to go into the effects of electromagnetism on the human psyche.
The slight problem you may have had here is the dating of Doomwatch.
Yes. I don't think those studies were out in 1978.
No, I mean what you're seeing here is Kit Pedler's concern for what sort of effect would putting people in a housing situation like that have.
Exactly.
That's what
the other thing I was thinking was maybe infrasound.
Fair dues, yes.
That too will cause people to go a little screwy. I mean, look at the Dyatlov Pass people.
Yeah.
Explain that reference for people, please.
Dyatlov Pass is it's a famous case from Russia. Basically, there were 9 hikers in the Ural Mountains. I hope I'm saying that right. They go out, they camp. It's a journey. They're missing. When they get there, they find that all the body, they've cut open their tent. They've run out into the snow wearing basically nothing, not even shoes on some of them. They're wearing their jammies, underwear. They're running all over Hell's Half Acre. They want to think it's a sudden avalanche that caused them to do this, but the evidence doesn't support all that. So what they thought now was infrasound coming from the mountains, the mountain itself, the mountain of the dead. Let's go hiking on the mountain of the dead, right? They think that the sound waves converged at such a point to hit them with a whole bunch of infrasound, which has been proven to cause people to go nuts.
Doomwatch have covered something like that.
Yes.
There was something else I was going to point out. I can't remember. Yes. Also, some of your embassies are being targeted by something like that.
Yes. The Cuban embassy in Cuba. I'm sorry. The American embassy in Cuba. Let me go with that.
I just love the idea of them having an embassy for themselves.
They might not.
I mean, why not? Make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
We got our own embassy.
It's in our own country, but we have an embassy.
We've got an embassy.
That's one of those crowd control devices that they keep running out as a non-lethal crowd control method. So,
is that anything to do with is that a similar thing to the brown noise?
I believe so.
The one that makes you shit your pants?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
You see, I was going to take that as
the brown
That's
note.
not something you ask about, Siobhan. Move on. But no, you went there. Okay.
It might actually be related to the brown note. But I know, before anybody asks, it's not related to the bloop at all. The bloop is totally separate.
What's the bloop?
Yeah. Please.
The bloop is an undersea sound that they recorded. It came from a living animal. They can't match it. Happened in the South Pacific.
The Kraken.
Nah. People say it's Cthulhu.
Well, okay.
Which
I can live with that.
It's in the South Pacific. It's at a certain point where it's close to the fictional coordinates for Rylea.
Okay, right.
So, but it came from a unrecorded or unobserved marine mammal.
See, what they need to do is they need to record everything, keep a record of everything.
They do.
No, they read, this expanding record, because it's going to be of everything, would probably end up having to be its own planet. Segway time! Did you see that segue? Thank you very much. Yes, Blake 7.
So we're segueing into
Blake 7.
Blake 7. Thank God.
All right, I'm going to let Sinister take this one because it's his second favourite story.
Oh, no. That's Sand. But I do like Ultraworld.
All right, go for it. Tell us about Ultraworld, Sin.
So basically, the Liberator crew, they're kind of bored, as they are a lot of the time in season 3, because the Federation's fucked and it's busy rebuilding itself. And they discover a spinning disco ball in space. It's quite big, it's planet-sized. And they kind of go, oh, what's that? Let's go and have a look. And anyway, they teleport down. Some of them teleport down, and Villa stays on the ship with Aurak. And Aurak's learning all about humor in another one of those uncanny twists where the secondary plot happens to resolve the primary plot. But in this case, I don't mind so much. Anyway,
why not?
Basically, there's some very lovely,
because Villa saves the day. God damn it!
There's some very lovely location work. I love the tunnels that they film this in.
That's the Camden Depths.
Yeah,
I mean, you could edit Blake 7, this episode of Blake 7, and an episode of the Sunmakers together.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful location work. And they're on this planet which is called Ultraworld, which is essentially a gigantic repository of information collected about all races all around wherever they can find them.
So you're saying a planet-sized library?
Planet-sized library.
Does it have its own Dr. Moon?
No, I don't think it's mentioned.
Okay, just wondering about similar things.
It's run by 3 creepy guys sprayed in silver.
Creepy. Yes, they are.
Three creepy guys sprayed in silver.
Because that's space.
Yeah, yes, it's space. And basically, they decide they want to not only capture the crew, but they also want the ship. And it's all in service of a gigantic, ever-growing, pulsating brain.
Center of the Ultraworld.
Yeah.
The brain escaped. Ended up on Lake Ursha.
I do like. So anyway, I like Ultraworld a lot. I keep saying series 3 of Blake 7 is the best. This is another good episode. I like the special effects with the brain, particularly when it's exploding near the end. That's quite nicely done. And it's a little bit corny in one particular plot element where they wish.
Show us some more of this Earth thing humans call kissing.
Yes,
is the bonding ceremony begun?
They want Tarrant and Dane to show the bonding ceremony, which, given the amount of information they've got from elsewhere, is surprising they haven't got that. Considering when you look at the internet these days, most of it's porn, right? So, you'd think Ultraworld would be half of it would just be porn. Anyway, I quite like the guys walking around who've had their brains removed. Basically,
nice idea, and also some of the lighting with the smoke. The red light and them coming out of it look really spooky.
When they're shambling along near the end, particularly when the brain's exploding. But I love the bit where I think it's Dana makes a noise and one of them turns and just stares right at her. But because he's got no orders relating to her, he just ignores her completely.
Who does that remind you of?
Who does that remind me of?
I mean in general rather than a particular person.
Oh, do tell.
About 10 years later. No, 10 years? Less than 10 years later, the Borg.
Yeah. I can see that. I did think they missed a bit of a trick when they swapped the brains, when they put the brains back, or the memories back into Callie and Avon. If they'd had a bit more time, they could have played with that a little bit.
I would have loved to see Callie and Avon.
I would have liked it.
And Avon and Callie just going nuts with the telepathy.
No. What I would have liked to have seen, because it would have just cemented that friendship we know that Avon and Callie have, was for them both to pretend without saying anything, just to wind up.
Just for 1 or 2 lines.
Yeah.
Just so Villa goes, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Villa was on the ship, unfortunately.
Yeah, but
this
Villa
is the
would
thing.
freak out anyway.
Villa's on the ship telling Aurak limericks, which is what basically is fucking with the Ultraworld's brain. And I think also, and I know it looks a little bit dodgy now, but there's some fantastic model work in this when the Liberators clamped between the two. It's only a little bit dodgy is when it's going back out and it's wobbling, but it's a beautiful model.
And I was wrong. It's all new footage.
Oh yeah, it's not the same as.
Oh, yeah.
Redemption
I
at
thought
all.
it was
It's not
what
stopped.
they'd nicked from Redemption.
Nah. In Redemption, they just fly out of the hangar. That's it.
See, my question is, can Tarrant be more of a Pratt?
Well, we hadn't actually got to that. On a scale of 1 to 100, please.
Hang on. I have to say why he's a Pratt.
Oh, right. Go ahead then. You all right there, Sin?
Yeah.
The
right, yeah.
bonding ritual.
Yes.
Come on, I'm not that repulsive, am I? I mean, really, dude, have at it. Go for it.
Yeah.
At least look like you're enjoying it a little bit. Yeah, no, he's a total Pratt.
Yeah.
1 to 100, he gets the 100.
I disagree.
Go on.
I actually think that shows a good side to Tarrant.
He's not going to take advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, she certainly was looking like trying to sell it.
Well, she knew it was a distraction.
Yeah, she was trying to sell the distraction. He wasn't doing anything to sell the distraction.
Yeah, but I could understand his
The most he did was, do you have it with you? And she takes out the little explosive and tosses it.
Yeah, no. I actually, fair dues, Tarrant. In my opinion, speaking for women everywhere, I think he did the right thing. So
I love the fact that Dana has been shown to have a weapon on her at all times.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even during the bonding ceremony.
Oh yeah.
Especially during the bonding ceremony. Let's go with that.
Did you enjoy this one?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Thomas, have you seen Underworld?
Ultraworld.
Ultraworld.
I'm so sorry. Yes.
Yes, very.
Come closer to your microphone, dear.
Sorry. Yes, the other week, Stephen was over and
yes.
we watched all of Series B.
You didn't give me a yell.
We had no money. We were absolutely broke.
I'd have come round for a coffee.
Oh. Next time,
Okay.
definitely. But we were watching. We watched all of Series B. We were just in the house the whole time. We watched Series B. And so I've been peeking my way through Series C this week. So I haven't got to Ultraworld yet. But
oops.
no worries, no, don't worry. Because I am aware of elements of it.
It's all right. When it comes to Blake 7, we've got a slight problem with spoilers here because I'm desperate, absolutely desperate for Brian not to know what's coming up.
I'm fine with spoilers. I told you before, I'm immune to
I
spoilers.
know you are. The thing is, I want to see your reaction to stuff.
You know that reaction usually entails, the fuck is that?
That's fine.
That's my primary reaction.
No, that's
to
absolutely
most
fine.
things.
But like I say, I just want to, a bit like we did with Sapphire and Steel. I want to see.
And the other reaction I have is head against the wall, brains oozing out of my ears.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
But no, it's yes. I just, it's important to me that you get the same sort of jolt at various places in Blake 7 that we did when we watched it growing up. Like I say, the reason I'm doing all this is to give you a broad canvas of the stuff that shaped me in Sin.
Oh, I'm getting it.
And beforehand.
Wait, are you trying to control my mind? Are you trying to mold me into some kind of mental clone?
No,
you're
American.
Thing is, I programmed you to say that.
Ooh.
Now, hang on. Test of AI, self-awareness. Is Brian
if I was a
self-aware?
robot and I didn't know I was a robot,
yes,
would you tell me I'm a robot?
Do you dream of unicorns?
Sometimes.
You're in the desert and there's a turtle lying on its back. It can't turn itself over, and you're not turning itself over. Why is that?
What's a tortoise? And we've lost her. Okay, she's the robot.
What is
Evangelion 98.
Yeah.
That's the year I said it in the convention room watching the entire series in one go.
Evangelion. Just
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Yeah, Genesis
Evangelion.
Neon Genesis.
Yeah.
No.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
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 Well, fans have debated.
Sinister. Is it Evangelion or what he said?
Gellion.
It's a soft G. It should be Jellion.
People tend to go with Evangelion, but there are some people who prefer
the correct pronunciation.
Yeah. I was at an anime convention.
One day, I swear, when we meet next year, he
show.
is going to deck me over all these.
Let me put it this way: never sit down and watch the entire series in one weekend.
I have.
Yeah, my brains came out my ears, and I saw the movie, the first movie.
I love the end of Evangelion. It's definitely one of my.
Oh yeah. Going into Shinji space was fantastic, and watching Rei just destroy everything left, right, and center was awesome.
The entire third impact scene, though, is one of the most, it's one of the most experimental scenes in all of anime history.
Oh yeah. My sister and I particularly love the whole "Come Saucer Todd"
Go on, what are you doing this week?
music for it. It's the happiest killing music I have ever
Go on, what are you doing this week?
Sorry?
What are you doing this week?
There's some sort of strange interference.
Yeah.
It's really remarkable to be that happy about
Oh,
suicide.
Wednesday
but
night
that's
this
what the
week?
song is about, and we're just really
Wednesday's fine.
this.
Yeah, up at the cafe. Yes.
Yeah. I'll come there. I'll let you know when I'm on the way.
Oh, Brian, you came out. It's about time.
I came out of the Evangelion room as a zombie. There was nothing left. I left it all in the room.
Have you seen 3.0.1.0?
Yes, I've watched all the Eva movies on Amazon currently. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, it takes it in another whole nother direction from the original.
What I really liked about it is
this is what it sounds like when you two start talking.
Apologize.
Okay?
I know. I know exactly what you're doing here. Trust me.
Some music.
I know exactly what you're doing here, you bastard. Oh dear. Oh, that scares me. We know each other well enough to be able to read each other like that.
I could go into
that's nice.
Nice. Nice background.
William Shatner's gone to space.
In your face.
Sorry. I'm being haunted by a non-existent song.
You should really listen to "Come Saucer Todd." It's in English, so it's not really in German, but the title is.
I know not of this.
No, you can't play the song here, right?
From Mordrin Undead. Sin? That's from Mordrin Undead, that picture.
There you go.
That isn't.
That's from Planet of Fire.
Oh, dear. Right. We're not doing any sheer stuff here. I'm sorry. And Brian is quite right about the whole copyright strike business. We've got to be very careful.
Yeah, we have to be very... Oh, no, Thomas is gone.
We've lost Thomas.
Thomas, come back to us, Thomas.
Oh, I like that one. That one. Do like. Swap Shop was the program I grew up and watching on Saturday mornings. You've got this rather large, bright orange afro.
Good, isn't it?
Love your new hairdo.
Come on, Thomas. Where are you? Oh, well. We're going to have to...
we'll catch up with him later.
Yeah.
Right now, we've covered everything. What are we doing next week?
Have we covered it? Has everyone said their piece about Blake 7? Yeah. All right. Yeah. I enjoyed it. But it was better than I remembered it. Again, I'm going back and watching all this stuff.
I do have a question, though.
42.
Because it seems to me that during this episode, Terrent wasn't exactly Terrent. He was acting in a manner prior to his and Dana's being captured that he had background information about the facility they were in.
That's more like a Blake thing.
Yeah.
Come on, Thomas, sweetheart. Where are
Maybe
you, love?
maybe it was an old script that they had that had Blake in it originally.
And they just scribbled out Blake and put in Terrence.
He's waiting to come in. Okay, because you came straight in, Brian.
Well, I hadn't truly disconnected.
There we go. He's connecting to audio.
He's back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, what happened?
There was a slight technical difficulty, and I had to switch my Wi-Fi network again. But
Third impact.
Fair enough.
It is a third impact, yes.
Third impact.
A giant
It
break
happens a lot.
Yeah.
Our AT fields just totally collapsed.
You see,
LPL everywhere.
the background that I've got on my Zoom is Doctor Who's TARDIS.
Is it?
From the Peter Cushing movies. That's essentially what it looks like. I've just realised, and I've only just realised, but you can see my knickers in shot. Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Well,
Couldn't have mentioned it before to me quietly, could you? No. Okay. I shall remember this. Are we going to mention the RPG?
Sure, let's mention the RPG. We had a good session last.
This is a Star Wars RPG that we're doing, which is set in the Battlestar Galactica universe.
Well, okay, we have to. If you're going to say that, we're going to have to explain how you guys got there.
No, we're not.
You went through a black hole.
Yes. Yes.
And that we'll leave it at that because that entire adventure was a preamble.
Why weren't you turned into string?
They had a Sith artifact guiding them.
Right.
Glad you can remember, because I can't.
Welcome to 1970s logic in space and everything. We knew nothing about science then.
Why is Retta feeling guilty?
Lyrics to a song.
Oh, right. Okay.
Come, Saucer Todd.
Righty-ho. I want to know the third. Who's the third person watching? We've got 3.
Can't live without the trust from
Well, they can't.
It's okay.
copyright
We're
that.
singing it really
Yeah.
off tune and getting the words wrong. It's fine.
Can't forget love and pride.
Basically, Retta turned out to be a psychopathic religious extremist.
Retta had some great ideas. And
Yes, but they were
she came
unnecessary.
this close from going, I learned it from watching you.
No, she did say that. She said it several times. And
This is what you guys do.
But we weren't. It's probably just as well she did do that. But I noticed you played it down that they could easily find the spares and.
Oh yeah.
Except
yeah.
that set her off again to go and sabotage
Except
all the
nobody
spares.
knows where the spares are located because nobody has an inventory of the ship because it's been derelict for 70 years in space.
I still say we boot Colin out the door so he's with Ella and take off.
Hey, Colin is standing guard over you.
Doesn't know where my lightsaber is though.
He already,
I do.
carved his name into the bulkhead there with your lightsaber.
Yes, and then lied about it.
He's 8.
I don't care.
News shocker. Children lie.
And I've been calling
lot.
for them to be banned for years.
Sinister. Children lie.
They try, but they're not very good at it.
Well, a burn mark that said Colin on a bulkhead.
Hmm. Yeah.
Colin, did you do this? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you've got
Never give an 8-year-old a lightsaber.
certain
All I'm
instrumentation
Your own
that
fault.
is particularly sensitive to when people lie, don't you, Sin?
Yes. It will detect instantly any attempt.
Yeah, thought so.
Whack, 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 whack.
Right, that gets you back for Evangelion or whatever the fuck
So
it was
yes, Retta disabled the Battlestar Galactica just as it was getting ready to.
Which
turn
Battlestar
on.
Galactica is it? Which one is it?
I like to use the new version of it, but I'm using it in the original timeline.
So we've got original Cylons
You got original
the
Cylons mixed in
Galactica
with
is the big
skin
Galactica.
jobs.
Oh, so it's first Cylon War.
Kinda, sort. No, it's not the first Cylon War, but it's the kind of the original timeline with a lot of ideas taken from the new series.
Okay.
It's a mix of both. Basically, what I found that works and what doesn't work. What doesn't work has been chucked.
Can I just make a general observation here?
Mm-hmm.
I do love the rebooted Battlestar Galactica, but this is a common thing with many sci-fi series these days, is making the aliens appear human is just cheap.
Yes, because, well, we don't have alien actors. However, if you want a good show that doesn't do that, Farscape.
Okay.
Can I just point out, Retta, Holy Hobo has capitals at the start of each word. Thank you very much. If I'm going to be a deity, I'm going to do it right.
Yes, Auntie's Holy Hobo was at the end of the last combat. I told you I wasn't going to hold back.
No, seriously, I was absolutely fine being unconscious last night because I just got to sit back, relax, and just enjoy those lot having some fun.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. It was good.
We're going to have to figure out what Spanky's doing, but
I don't want to know. I don't want to try to figure that out. I'm sorry, there are limits.
So Retta sabotaged the Battlestar. She set off an EMP grenade in the CIC. Well, just outside, but it covered it. And she sabotaged the power generators so that the entire ship won't get power.
Whereas the rest of us were in sick bay, or the infirmary, whatever you want to call it, because I was badly injured. And, we were obviously grateful to the crew of rebels that turned up on board and everything else like that. And we took me down to the ship, and we didn't know Retta was doing this until she came over the comms to tell us. And suddenly,
well, she told you in person, too, and that's the most important thing.
So, yeah, possible allies now are...
To be fair, the possible allies were acting pretty freaking shifty.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And now you've told me, however, I'm now going to think they are. I can take a hint from the Games Master. So next week, we have, on Friday night, nothing.
Oh, you're taking a break
it's our week off.
Dinosaurs?
Yep. Because we finished Resurrection of the Daleks last Friday, so take a break for a week, and then we'll do Revelation of the Daleks. And yes, we're going to continue into the new series for the Davros stories, it seems. Which I'm not too bad about, except for the Journey's End. The Doomwatch episode is called The Inquest. That sounds fun. Moloch is the Blake 7 episode.
Yes,
which is how I expected it to look. There's a particular line. Yes, that is how I expected you to look. Just listen out for that line.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Yep, it's almost like that. Context is important in this particular instance, though. And don't tell me you've watched it already.
He has.
He's not saying anything.
Don't tell who has watched what.
Don't tell us you've watched Moloch already.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You see.
Okay.
I took a week off of it.
Yeah, good. I'm glad because now
I was one episode ahead because
Yes,
I thought we were going to double up on one for one of our past shows because.
No, I wouldn't put you through 2 episodes at a time.
I don't mind 2 episodes of Blake 7.
Well,
I mind the fuck out of 2 episodes of Doomswatch.
You're going to mind the fuck about some of the series D, Blake 7.
Is this when they get the new ship and it's
What
a
new ship?
stupid slave?
Here's something I found on the web. According
Alexa,
to
stop.
starvation.com,
That's not Peter Tuddenham.
The
Have
ship
you
isn't
been
called-
looking at spoilers, Brian?
The ship is
No, it's just something I remember from childhood. See, I actually have a memory. I can.
I'm
remember
not
it's pretty damn
saying.
good.
There's only 4 series of Blake 7. We're nearly into the 3rd one. And the 4th one does have a couple of clankers,
Okay.
to be perfectly honest with you.
Hey, the first 3 have had some clankers. Come on.
Oh, yeah. But Series 4 goes for it in a big way.
However,
Why did they turn the theme tune into a dance? You know,
Yeah.
something you'd hear played at a tea dance.
the end theme tune,
Yeah.
Easy listening, Blake 7. Yeah.
I will say though that Series D redeems itself in some capacity.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very much so. I say, very much so.
Brian doesn't know, so this is what we're trying to keep from him.
Yes.
Yes. Final episode. You're in.
No.
Oh no. We're supposed to do a live watch.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a
that.
live reaction of this, so we get his reaction, his true reaction, which is why I'm desperate for him to not find out.
Cool.
Because it's not just there's stuff coming up in a couple of weeks, which we could do a live reaction to. We're not going to.
Yeah.
We could do a live reaction to the end of this season.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of, but
What's that?
it's a case of organising it for everybody, because it'll be probably during the week, and Sinister has work in the morning, and we'd have to start.
I do too now.
Yeah, but we'd be starting at 10:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
You see, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm trying to limit these things a little bit, just to make it a bit saner for you guys. So yes, that's it. It's Planet of Evil, Dalek Universe 3, The Inquest, and
Moloch.
thank you. There we go. That's what we're doing next week.
Sounds like you got some good stuff to watch and listen to.
Yes. Oh, I received some Dean mail, by the way, Sinister.
Okay.
Yes. Or should that be Dune mail? Oh, dear me. Have we come to the end of the show?
I believe so. We've 2 hours. Not bad.
The thing is, I'll try and play the closing credits, but we don't know how this is going to go. You might end up having the closing credits basically going very wonky.
I can do the
And
closing credits in the theme of dance.
Here, in interpretive dance, let us do the closing credits.
Well, it cuts my hand.
Go. And look, Retta is still here all throughout the episode, our show. Thank you very much for being a loyal viewer.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
No Acme anvils have fallen on John Levine this week.